Anger is a language we all speak. But we all have our own accent, don't we? An accent that was written for us in the stars. Let's figure out what yours sounds like.
So I want you to think about this for a second. Where does your anger live? Is it a flash flood that comes out of nowhere? Or is it more of a slow burning fire? Does it live in your fists, ready to punch a wall? Or right on the tip of your tongue? You see, according to Vedic astrology, these outbursts aren't just random acts of emotion. Nope, they're actually deeply coded into our cosmic DNA. It's like a blueprint for how we experience and let out our rage. To really get it, you gotta know the two main players in our cosmic temper. First, you've got Mars. Think of Mars as the spark. It's that raw, aggressive energy, the match that lights the fuse. But then you have the Moon. The Moon is the vessel that has to hold all that fire. It governs your emotional strength, how much it takes to set you off, and how you deal with the heat. It's a beautiful cosmic duet of fire and feeling. Okay, so let's kick things off with the fire signs. And honestly, their anger is pretty much exactly what you'd expect. Think wildfire. It's explosive, it's right here, right now, and it burns incredibly bright and incredibly fast.
First up, Aries. I mean, they're ruled by Mars itself, so this one's a no-brainer. Their anger is just raw. It's totally unfiltered. There's no buildup, no simmering, just bam, an instant explosion. They'll shout, they'll stomp, but the wildest part is, an hour later, they've genuinely forgotten all about it and can't understand why you're still mad.
Now with a Leo, anger is a performance. It's a grand royal roar designed for an audience, and it's fueled almost 100% by a bruised ego. Ruled by the sun, right? They need their displeasure to be seen. But here's the secret. A truly sincere apology can melt that fiery anger away in a second.
Sagittarius, though, they fight with what they call brutal honesty. When they get angry, their usual friendly, polite filter just dissolves. It's gone. They will find the most blunt, hurtful truth they can think of and launch it right at you, usually from a place of moral superiority, before just storming off.
All right, we're moving from that wildfire of the fire signs, and now we're grounding ourselves with the earth signs. Their anger is the total opposite. It's like a slow-building earthquake. It might be rare, but when it finally hits, trust me, the damage is structural. Just take a look at Taurus. They have an unbelievably long fuse. You can push them and keep on pushing them. But when that fuse finally runs out, a sleeping volcano awakens. It's a blind, destructive rage. And once they've decided you're the enemy, their legendary stubbornness means they can hold on to that grudge for years. Virgo's anger is so much colder. They don't scream, they simmer. Their rage comes out as this intense, surgical criticism. They will systematically and with terrifying precision list every single mistake you have ever made. Their frustration is born from a world that just isn't as perfect and orderly as they need it to be. And then we have Capricorn. When they get angry, you can literally feel the temperature in the room drop below freezing. They don't do messy emotions. Instead, they just build an ice-cold wall, dismiss you with complete silence, and bury themselves in their work. For all they care, you've simply stopped existing. From the deep, grounded rage of Earth, we're soaring into the intellectual tempests of the air signs. They don't fight with fists, they fight with words. Their anger is a logical, detached, and often totally devastating tornado of language.
A Gemini who feels they've been wronged becomes a verbal assassin. Ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, they unleash a storm of insults, sarcasm, and cutting remarks, all designed just to win the argument. They might even use your own secrets against you in a dizzying storm of logic and wit.
Libra, on the other hand, absolutely hates conflict. Being ruled by Venus, they'll swallow their anger just to keep the peace, often until it makes them physically ill. So when it finally emerges, it leaks. It leaks out as passive aggression or a sudden shocking breakdown where they logically present their entire case against you.
An angry Aquarius is a true master of detachment. They handle conflict by simply checking out, becoming a ghost in your life. They'll unfollow you, they stop talking to you, and they'll rationalize it all by deciding you're just too illogical to be worth their energy. That aloofness, that's their weapon.
And finally, let's dive into the deep waters of the water signs. Their anger is purely and deeply emotional. It's like a tsunami. The real danger is often hidden way down beneath the surface until it all comes crashing down with overwhelming force.
A Cancer's first reaction when they get angry is actually hurt. They immediately retreat into their shell, give you the silent treatment, and sulk, all while expecting you to read their mind. They use that silence as a shield. But if their loved ones are threatened, they can lash out with a viciousness that will surprise you.
A word of warning: never, ever betray a Scorpio. Their anger is maybe the most terrifying in the entire zodiac. It's cold, it's calculated, and it's vengeful. They don't just explode, they plan, they wait, and when they finally strike, they aim for the soul, using your deepest vulnerabilities right against you. And Pisces, the great emotional sponge of the zodiac, often turns anger inward at first, blaming themselves. When it finally comes out, it's a chaotic tidal wave of tears and shouting, all mixed together. They feel so deeply misunderstood, and their anger is really just a desperate plea to be seen and appreciated.
So, understanding your style, that's the first step. But the real power comes from knowing how to manage that cosmic energy instead of just letting it control you. It's about learning how to calm your own inner fire.
And Vedic astrology offers some simple but really potent tools to help. You can strengthen your emotional core, your moon, through things like meditation and breath work. You can pacify that fiery Mars energy through positive rituals. You can even physically cool your body and your temper with foods like cucumber and mint.
In the end, just remember this. Your anger isn't a character flaw. It's a messenger. It's trying to tell you that a boundary has been crossed or that one of your needs hasn't been met. So the real question is, are you listening to what it has to say?